experts, doomsdayers, and crisis-loving media have predicted 82 of the last 11 recessions. Do the math on that. Every election since 1824 was, quote, the most important election ever. Really? The U.S. would default on its debt, they said, for 78 years in a row now. A U.S. government shutdown would be the end of this experiment, they said, for 40 years now. Inflation would cripple the economy and the country, even though it's been as high as 30%. And yet we're still here. We'll run out of food and starve in a Malthusian catastrophe, as Stanford professor Paul Ehrlich wrote in The Population Bomb in 1968. Instead, we have more people dying of obesity than starvation. The internet will collapse in 1996, according to the internet pioneer Robert Metcalfe and the man behind the Ethernet in a 1995 article that he wrote for InfoWorld. Hello? The world will end in a planetary alignment in 1982, according to John Gribben's proclamation in his 1974 book titled The Jupiter Effect. Nuclear war will destroy civilization by 1985, said Brian Toon, a professor of atmospheric and oceanic sciences, along with a group of well-respected scientists. Well, you can see this is getting embarrassing. The world will run out of oil by the year 2000, according to Marion King Hubbard, a geologist and geophysicist working at the Shell Research Lab in Houston, Texas. Global warming will cause a new ice age by the year 2000, according to Time magazine, an article published in the 1970s. The Y2K bug will cause widespread computer failures and mass chaos, said most every computer expert who supposedly knew better. The USSR will become the dominant world power by the year 2000, predicted Nikita Khrushchev, and some of you are saying, USSR, what's that? The world will end on December 12, 2012, according to an ancient Mayan prophecy believed and backed by a whole lot of supposed smart people. I remind you of all those to remind you of this: why it is best to just completely ignore headlines and the people who read them and post about them incessantly online. Understand, being a doomsayer is all upside with no downside. They get the win either way. Our negative biased minds, A, are attracted to negative 10 times more than positive, so that gets your attention, and B, judge negative authors as more intellectual than positive ones, so that gets your respect. And C, we don't even look back to fact check them to realize their doomsday prediction never came to pass. Why? Because we're too consumed by the next doomsday threat alert that they are giving us. So my job is to help keep your head and mindset straight. And I take that job very seriously. Mindset is the first principle of success. It is your X factor, the only restrictor to what you can achieve. Remember, this is the best, most abundant, safe, peaceful, healthy, just, and prosperous time to be alive. There has never lived a king or queen or pope or chieftain or pharaoh with access to the knowledge, the health, the longevity, and the lifestyle conveniences and resources that you have at your very fingertips. Just think about that for a second. Right now, you are richer than the head honcho of any human tribe or civilization since the beginning of mankind prior to this period of time. Wow, freaking wow, right? So let's keep our focus on what's awesome about the people and the world around us. And let's use our time and our energy and creative capacity and attention for good. Darren Daily friends, this is our time to live. Let's live it abundantly. Share with us one reason why you'd say this is the greatest time to be alive in all of human history in the comments below. Let's lift each other up. And if you're still not sure how well we're doing, I offer this as a reminder.
I felt like, as a spokesperson for all of Earth, all right, I think I'll give you a message that I don't think no one will give you. And I'm here to say that we're doing fine. So just relax. We're in a time where everybody yells at you and everybody's bad. We're doing great, all right? I did some research. And I was like, let me look at the other planets. Let's see how good they're doing. And I don't want to, it's unbelievable. They're nowhere right now. Some of them have too many moons. That's how stupid they are. And so let's calm down, all right? We're so much farther ahead. I mean, they haven't started and we're almost done. So let's celebrate being first. Don't be sore winners.